Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it might be where you are.
Greetings, my excellent friend.
Greetings, my excellent friends. It's so good to see you. My name is Jeff Fritz. Today is October 18th, 2019. We're going to write a little bit of code today. I got my NASA hat on. It's a historic making day today. Not here, but up there. First two-woman spacewalk going on right now outside the space station. It's being broadcast elsewhere here on Twitch, but it is tremendous that today's a historic day like that. And long overdue. This should have happened a long time ago. Oh my gosh.
Rambling Geek just resubscribed for 14 months. 14 months.
14 months with Rambling Geek. Thank you so much, my friend.
What mischief?
Oh, the mischief. Wait till you see what we get into today. I've got Azure Portal up and running already. The more you know. All right, thank you so much, chat room. It is long overdue that this type of event happen in space. And hopefully we're getting to a point where these types of gender-specific accomplishments aren't something that we need to celebrate, but they're something that just happen. And that we don't need to say, oh my gosh, it's the first time. No, it just happens. And we don't need to think about that because they just happen and everybody's included and everybody has opportunities. Let me say hello to everybody here in the chat room. How's it going there, Hugo? Job in PA. Good Friday. It is a good Friday. Hello. Good afternoon, Killer Coder PT. Fo Lewis. Hello. DD Walsh is here. Donuts have arrived. So good to see you. C. Payette, hello. How's it going, Carrie? Hugo, darn Skippy, it is long overdue. PowerShell Freak, it's going quite well today. Let me tell you. CLW, Corey, Hurricane Weathers is here. It is amazing. Thank you so much. IH Developer, hello. Lannon BR, good morning. So good to see you. Look at that, already highlighted with channel points. How did you get those channel points already up that high? Oh my goodness. That is tremendous. You're only supposed to get about 200 at a time here. Over the course of a stream here. I need to measure how those things are doled out, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Good morning, Sean. Hello. You really, really love that idea, but you're only... What? What's Hugo's idea here? What did I miss? I missed it. Bring on the donuts. Indeed. You're going to sell... What? Started with 300, now you have 320. You got to 320 already. Yeah, I think there's a thing where subscribers and folks that follow for a long time get a significant amount coming in. Very good. You got points just for typing something. No, you're going to get them a little bit less frequently as we go along here. You do get some just for watching as part of a continued stream here. So you see, I've been given access to channel points. I've decided to name my channel points appropriately, I think. Fritz Bits. Huh? Yeah, you do get 300 for following. But you'll get a couple more allocated to you as we go along and as you tune in each day and you continue that streak. GG Feds, good morning. They are not just for partners, but partners and affiliates are being given access to it through a beta program. Thank you so much for the follow. Tensai C. I appreciate you doing that. Now, Carrie, how did you click follow again? Are you trying to get more bits? Is that what's going on here? More Fritz bits? No, you don't get points for typing. No. So good to see everybody tuning in. So let me show you. I'm going to take you behind the curtain because I'll show you a little bit of the configuration here. There it is. That's what the Twitch website looks like. So this is how I can configure the channel points, and I thought it would be cool to have it be a little orange gear thing. Yep, you're welcome to use your highlight. It's 200 bits, 200 Fritz bits to highlight that. I'm going to have a problem confusing Fritz bits with cheer bits. Oh dear, I'm going to have to figure that out. Maybe we end up renaming this. Random sub emote, yes, I turned that off. Here are the things that I thought might be fun to make available to you as redeemable things, if you'd like.
Let me add some value.
Carrie! Thank you so much for that cheer. And we'll make a donation to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Thank you so much for that. Acrophobic Pixies here. Hello, good to see you. I don't know. We'll think about this. So, highlight my message. A few of you have already done that. That's the lowest one that I have activated. But I also thought you might be interested in having me review session submissions. So if you're an aspiring speaker, you want to submit. I need to figure out an icon to put with this. But if you want to get somebody to review your session, for 1,000 Fritz bits, you can have me review your session submission live or in private, your choice. But I will not guarantee acceptance to a conference, but I will give you feedback appropriately on a session that you may be submitting to a meetup group, code camp, to a conference, and I will be happy to give you that feedback. Michael Jolly's wearing his NASA t-shirt today. Are the stars aligned just right? Well, there is a NASA event going on, yes. The bigger one out here that I'm only going to take 2 of those, right? There is a limit here. I'm only going to review 2 of these at a time on a stream, okay? Or off stream, but only twice will this be redeemable on a stream, but this last one, 5,000 bits. I wanted to put this really far out there so that you have to save up to get to this one. Share some .NET code with me, and I will spend up to 10 minutes reviewing and answering your questions about it live on stream. So, I should also put on there, no guarantees on the quality and tone of the feedback. I might be negative about your application, but for 5,000 bits, you can share some code and we will review it live on stream. No, not those bits. Oh my goodness. Carrie, thank you. Yes, bits and bits could become confusing. I'm going to have to change that.
Say bits?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to have to change that, aren't I? Your Live Coder shirt is close by, says CLW. Well, you know what? There you go. Custom rewards don't work on mobile. Actually, they do. They do. You can. The button is on the bottom if you have the. You need to make sure you have the latest version of the app, and they do work. I've seen it working on other folks' streams. Particularly, I've seen it on Imperial stream when I've been hanging out over there. Let me get some music playing in the background here before we go too much further. Today I'm going to play. Gosh, what am I going to play? Let's play. This is called Green. There it is. This is music to code by. It's groovy. It's going to get you in the flow, going to get you focused on whatever the task might be. And you're going to get more stuff done. You're going to be more productive. Written and produced by our friend, Mr. Carl Franklin. Thank you so much, Carl, for letting us listen to your music live on stream. And make sure you check out mtcb.pwop.com. You can get your copy of Music to Code By. 25 minutes on each one of these songs, and I hope you enjoy them as much as I do. Alright. 460 points already. There you go. You can start highlighting as much as you'd like. Let me see here. I'm keeping an eye on the number of followers here, because we're really close to another giveaway. I still have to send them out. And I hate that I have to keep saying that because I feel guilty about it, and I need to just get my keister over to the post office. And we'll make that happen. There we go. Nope, didn't set the project yet. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Carrie. So, hey, Zoltro Lord, you have a question about Visual Studios. What Visual Studio? I need to make sure I don't say Visual Studios. What extensions do I recommend installing for full Visual Studio?
Oh my.
Right? Let me open that up and let's take a quick look at what I have. I don't have too many extensions installed. LiveShare is a great one to have installed. Let's just continue without code here. Take a quick look, and we'll jump over to Linux and get back into our project here in a minute. So the extensions that I have installed that I think are pretty good. No, I don't. I'm not a fan of CodeMate. So LiveShare is big. Project System Tools, because I edit the project files. That's a good one that I like. The WinForms Designer. This is a pre-release version. You're not Macrophobic Pixie. You're not really working with that one, so that I don't think you really need. Container Tools, that might be installed by default for you. ML.NET Model Builder, yeah, that's going to be installed. Cloud Explorer, not bad. This is a good one to get, IntelliCode. Make sure you get this one because it'll give you some suggestions at the top of the IntelliSense, the little drop-down window when you start typing in code. There'll be stars next to the most common features that you might be using, and they'll be at the top of the IntelliSense drop-down window that you see appearing. Thank you for the follow, Avi Twitto. Welcome. This is a good one. Discord RPC for Visual Studio. So you can actually have Discord announce what you're working on in Visual Studio while it's open. That's kind of cool to have installed and use. Nah, I don't really need that one. So those are the few that I would look at. I particularly like the Discord one, just because for the other folks that are watching on Discord, they can get some of the information about what's going on. Brian Lagunas is here.
Greetings, my excellent friend.
So good to see you. The Prism Template Pack. You know, Brian, you might be interested in tuning in. Our friend Fierce Kittens. Brian's a live coder. Fierce Kittens is a live coder. She's doing that very basic, elementary, get started for software newbies with WPF series of sessions here on Friday evenings. She's going to be talking about data types tonight, so she's very, very early in the process. But you may want to connect with her on the team Discord, or just tune in and see what happens there. But we're trying to be very, very hands-off and let folks just chat and enjoy the interactions and learn a little bit about C# and .NET as they build their first WPF app. Semi-Beard, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. I've got a nice beard happening there. Project Tools extension, yes. Yep. So that'll help with tuning your CS project files. Yep. Carrie already has 3 versions of Visual Studio installed. Yes, you do have the Visual Studios. You will eat a donut for the next follower milestone, says DD Walsh. Oh my gosh. The next follower milestone. We're really close. We're 12 followers away. We could hit that today and raffle off another collection of stickers. They're just on the other side of the green screen here. I should have grabbed them to show off. Plan on doing streams on building your own Visual Studio extensions. Nice. Oh, that's very cool, Brian. Thank you for the host, Fairy Wings. I appreciate that. So that's a little bit. And chat room. This is what I'm looking at doing with the stream points, channel points. Points feels weird calling them that. I thought bits would be fun. Snoopaloopy.
Snoopaloopy just resubscribed for 3 months. 3 month already? Keep up the good work at Sharp Fritz.
Thank you so much. Did you miss the Rainbow Beard? Ecomath. We're going to have that for Dev Intersection. I pushed it way out to Dev Intersection thinking, oh, we're not getting followers too fast. Dev Intersection is this week here in November, the 18th through the 22nd. We're about a month off. But I'll be hosting Dev Intersection streams live from Las Vegas. We're building a studio on the 2nd floor of the MGM Grand. And I'll certainly have the Rainbow Beard for that. Don't call them tabs. No, we won't call the points tabs. No, that's a bad idea. Really bad idea. I could rename these to Fritz Gears, I think, pretty cleanly. Engine Nerd, thank you for the host. Okay, chat room, help me out here. Let me go back to the full view here. Get a little closer. Hey, how's it going there? So the channel points. Pac-Man Jr.
just resubscribed for 19 months.
Thank you so much for that resub. 19 months, a year and a half. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate the resubs. And just like Snoopaloopies, we will make a donation to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Brian Lagunas, mate, sounds like a fun stream series. Yeah, absolutely. Building your own Visual Studio extensions is not easy. And to have somebody who's an expert like Brian talk you through that is going to be a lot of fun. So, chat room, what should we do? What should we do with the name here? Do you think I can rename these to Fritz Gears? You claimed bonus Fritz bits. Yeah. They get awarded every now and again. Thank you for the follow. Verderbar 13V2. I appreciate you joining us, and I look forward to seeing you in the chat room. Should I rename them to Fritz Gears? You like the name Fritz Bits? As long as we keep it together as Fritz Bits, I think we're okay. All right. Make that a little bit, make sure that's clear. I'm trying Cafe Mocha from Madrinas today. I'm getting my feet wet with all the different flavors, right? This is, can you see it there? Cafe Mocha, cold brew, in a can, which it feels weird drinking coffee out of a can, but hey. That Engine Nerd, Cogs, Sprockets, Fritz Bits definitely sounds like a winner. Okay, thank you. So the next question, of course, is going to be, what other things would you like to be able to redeem for besides chat message highlighting and the different interactions with me being able to help you out? What are my thoughts on Madrinas coffee? It's not bad. Not bad at all. Stickers are pretty good. That's not bad. But I don't want folks to be able to redeem stickers like every week, right? That's gonna it's gonna cost a lot. Hats would have to be really far out there. 2,000 bits to go hatless for 5 minutes. 2,000 Fritz bits to go hatless for 5 minutes. That's crazy. Why would I ever do that? Stickers could be expensive to cover postage. Agreed. Yeah. Even though it's 50 cents to mail out to anywhere here in the States, as soon as we start going overseas, it becomes a couple bucks. Yeah. So, right? And I'm going to need to reorder stickers. I need to reorder stickers before Ignite. Need to figure that out. Caliente Poquit? 100,000 Fritz bits to shave my head. No. My friend, the Michael Jolly, the bald look may look wonderful and work for you, but not for me, my friend. I have to be careful. You can't redeem points for physical goods based on the toss. Yeah. So, to redeem for stickers is a little bit further out there. Not something that I think is going to work. We need another bald bearded builder on Twitch. Don't know. No Jim Gaffigan bit there. No. All right. We'll think about a couple more interesting things that we can add in to the Fritz Bits rewards here. The other ones, the default ones are down here. Unlock custom sub emotes. Send a message in sub only. I never use sub only mode, so this doesn't. Modify a single emote. This feels weird. Being able to modify one of the emotes. I don't know. That feels weird. VIP for the day would be interesting, except I've got a lot of folks that are VIPs here in channel. So you could crochet a rainbow beard. I don't know. That's a thing. I'm gonna need to think about this. There's definitely stuff we can do here. But drop me a line in Discord if you're interested in discussing, if you have some ideas of something that might be fun to do on stream you'd like to be able to redeem for. I think these first two are actually kind of valuable. And I do need to come up with a better image there. So let me know what your thoughts on that, and we will definitely make something happen. All right. So check it out. Make sure you follow up on the channel points, the Fritz Bits. You see, it's over here, just on the bottom, right by your username on the bottom of chat. I've been setting up and tuning our configuration for the bot running out here on Azure. I put all of our secrets out there and all our key values so that you can log in and actually use the bot now. These things that you see here, the client ID, the client secret, the domain, these go through Auth0 so that we can log into Twitch and be able to access the application. So now when you click through the login on the website, it looks like this, which I still don't feel too great about. I'd like to have a little bit more there. So there is some configuration that I can do down here, including putting a description and an application logo. Here's the thing. I got me some logos. So I was thinking of putting the bot with shades as the logo that would appear. So when you go to sign in, he appears there, and we have a little description of what's going on. I think that's what the description does, right? Less than 140 characters. Use the Fritz bot with your Twitch account and be more awesome. Right? Maybe that does something. Does that appear there? Does that appear there? Come on. Nope, doesn't appear there. So I need to upload that image somewhere so that we can make it appear here. But it'd be nice if that description actually appeared somewhere. You vote yeah on the Fritzbot logo? Cool. Well, so this is the configuration for my application on Auth0, right? These configuration items here for using my version of the bot that I've deployed running on my service is configurable for me. Beyond that, what you use is a whole nother story, how you configure it. And we'll set those up for something different later. No bot with a hat? No. I've got the Octocat with a hat. I've got Clippy with the hat. Didn't make sense to put a hat on the bot. I've got the bot doing other cool things like rating and hype. We tried putting a hat on the bot, and it was too much. It was a little bit much. So, right, and now we've got the bot with a shield, and we've got Angry Bot and Standing There Stoic Bot. We had this initial Darn Skippy that ended up being a little bit hard to read, and I think the improvement that we got here with the peanut butter, the jar of Skippy peanut butter, looks really good. We do have the Sleepy Bot, and we have the Laughing Bot hanging out there as Tier 2 and Tier 3 emotes as well. I don't think I want to use either one of those. I would want to use the one with the sunglasses down here. So, these are, of course, from our friend Corgi Candy, who built that. Yeah, the Darn Skippy jar is really nice. It is. I like that. So, I'll throw this into the project so that it's available when we deploy, so we can use it as a logo here on Auth0. So, you can go out there, you can log in, you won't be able to do anything with it yet. So, that's a little update as to some of those fit and finish things that are going on with the bot. I'm going to leave this open, just minimize it. Let me connect over to our Linux machine and let's get started talking about some of the code that we're going to write here. Yes, I'd like that full screen, please. Here we go. So, when last we spoke, I was trying to get that connect button working so that when you do get logged in, when you do get things running for your, right, if you want to sign in and use the bot for your channel, you need to be able to click connect and have it actually join your channel. So let's head over there. Wrong folder. Rats. No, open a different folder. Look at that. Open recent. Is it there? That one. All right. 11 followers to go. You like the background parse? You like that? Look at that. For a virtual machine that's running on Windows, that's not bad. I like that. That's fun. Let me make this a little bit wider because that's a really long folder name. I'm going to open a new tab as well. I wish there was a hotkey to open a new tab. You know? Let me go up a folder. Start ngrok. Okay, so this is setting up a tunnel. Public tunnel so that internet connections to this address will come right through to me here. I'm not running the application yet. So what I want to do first is, yesterday we spent a lot of time, we opened up LiveShare and we let everybody connect in, and everybody helped make changes to our application as we were going along. And it was a lot of fun. However, I don't think we got as productive as we could have been. So, let's get a little focused here and get the application to actually do the join when you log in, click into your configuration, and right there, click join my channel. Something's happening here where it's not actually joining your channel, and I gotta figure out why. There is a hotkey. There is a hotkey to create a new tab. What is it? Help me out here, Parsit. I would love to know because that would be so good to be able to use. Do I know if MFA is down for Microsoft? Control-Shift-T should open a new tab. I don't know if oh, look at that. That's so great. And Control-Shift-W closes them. Who knew? Thank you so much. And now we know.
Knowing is half the battle.
Thanks so much. I appreciate that. Let's see. I don't know if MFA is down for Microsoft right now. I was able to log in just a few minutes ago, but right now I don't know. All right, so I'm logged in over here. I want to see if I can get this to just join my channel. We'll actually join and start working. So I'm going to, over here, .NET Watch run so that it kicks off, runs, and we'll be able to connect in and take a look at what's going on here. And depending on what happens here today, we'll open up live share a little bit so that some of our friends can connect in and explore around and help some things out. Killer Coder PT, quick question. Do you really need to put in card information to use Azure? As part of their effort to ensure that real folks are creating accounts and to head off folks that might be abusing it so they can create as many accounts as they want, you do need to key in a little bit of information like that in order to register for Azure, yes. Is there a particular reason why I started developing the bot under Linux? So, Parsit, actually, I didn't start under Linux. I started in Windows, was working with ASP.NET Core, C#, and all for the month of October. This has become an annual thing for me. I like to try Ubuntu for the month, and we call it Ubuntober. So we were able to take up and pick up and use our code without changing anything in Ubuntu Linux. And we're learning a little bit about the environment and working here along the way, and it's been fun. Yep, trying new stuff. Yeah, exactly. You know, I think it's a good thing for folks to get out of your comfort zone every now and again. Try something new, and maybe you'll find something you like. So that's a little bit of what the reason why I'm doing it. All right. So because I'm logged in and I'm in the development mode, I get to see my claims there. But I want to click into configuration here, and I'm going to see what happens when I click join my channel. So over here, there it is. Unhandled exception. So object reference not set to an instance of an object. And it's not telling me what that object is. Way to go with the NRE here, the null reference exception. So let's take a look-see here. Join channel. Can I F12 into that? I can't. Rats. That's over here. And I need to... Oh my goodness. I need to put another cheer here for Ms. Carrie Payette. Thank you so much for that cheer. So that tells me that I think user identity name isn't, there's nothing there for that. Right? Oh. That should be, yeah. I've got to actually get the user. So this doesn't really need to be here. So now I saved that. Because I ran watch, this will restart automatically and we'll be able to. President Not Sure says, don't forget line 17. Or somebody in the audience is going to freak out. So, President Not Sure joined us yesterday. I was on the Dev Intersection channel and we interviewed John Papa of JavaScript and Angular notoriety, and Dan Wallin, talking to them about all the cool things that are going on in those environments. We talked a little bit about Angular architecture, a little bit about why you would choose one JavaScript framework or another. It was a lot of fun. And we're setting up for a couple more of those interviews next week. Okay. See, there we go. Now, if I click join my channel, I need to get some feedback there. I need to actually say, okay, I joined. There you go. It even started following. Look at that. Well, look at that. So now if I go back over to current channels, it is. It's following it. Fantastic. So now I should be able to view the widget. Now, yeah, let me turn that on. Save changes. We need to do something about layout here. Thank you for the tacos. I guess my line 17 is your port 8080, Carrie says. Yeah. Ninja Ola says it was great to listen yesterday. Thank you. Thank you so much. It was a dev intersection about horses. What? No. So I think if I click through to the widget now, so it's not actually running, right? If I go to my API test and just throw a follower name in there it goes. All right. So it's working. I can log in and tell it to join the channel. Oh, we got another follower. Somebody clicked the follow button there, and my stuff down here at the bottom isn't showing with all the statistics. Oh, now we got another one. Somebody's sitting there clicking the follow unfollow button. We didn't do the deduping yet. That is something that we're going to need to address. It's Carrie. Creating problems. Thank you for the follow, B. Ferd. Appreciate you joining us. So, there we go. So it's 4. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Not creating problems, debugging. Yeah, you're right there, DJ Bass. You're right. So that's not bad. And the train's not going to grow or be any larger, right? And the idea, of course, is we would want to be able to put it right here like this. Right, so that it goes across the bottom of the screen here, and you can watch the train go across as new followers happen. Like that one. Thank you, Barcaris. Appreciate you joining us. So now there's 5 cars. And it'll take 5 minutes to get all the way across the screen. And this would be, right, installed as a widget so that it's appearing on top of everything. So, spamming this button 100 times a second. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not debugging. That's being difficult. So let's think about this. We need to do a little bit of deduping. Yeah, once we're testing the dedupe, we should hit that. Now, I could download all 8,000 people's names, put them into a database, and do a quick check. Does this exist? And that's not out of bounds. That's definitely something we could do. But then we need to also track when people unfollow if we do that. I think if we just track for the duration of the session, right? For the duration of when this is running, who is a follower and who the new followers are, and prevent them from re-clicking follow would prevent that. Yeah, who are the folks that are on the train or who have been on the train during this session, right? Because this train's going to reset here in just a few minutes. And we'll want to still remember who the 5 folks were that are on the train and not start a new train for them. Do we need GDPR stuff for that? No, because your name is already appearing here. You've already decided to submit your name because you're keying into chat. It would be interesting if you could identify which car belonged to whom, suggests Tofrog. You're right. So, there are other features that we've talked about lighting up. Like, we can grab your profile picture from Twitch and maybe put it on a passenger car on the train there so that your profile picture goes across. Now, here's the thing. I'm relying on Twitch to police their own images. for being within terms of service. If Twitch doesn't police that image before you click follow, I could violate terms of service and lose my partnership. And that's not a risk I'm going to take. So, yes, Twitch is the data custodian in GDPR terms. True. You've seen profile banners that were outside of TOS. Yeah. Twitch doesn't do a very good job of policing the images on Twitch. I'm going to pull that over just a little bit so you can see it. Head into the train station, as it were. DJ Base says, I'm surprised that Twitch API doesn't have a call to check whether they have been a follower before. So, I think there's a question of what is before? If you stopped following me yesterday and you clicked follow today, right, and there was 24 hours of separation between those, is that a new follower? If you clicked unfollow 5 minutes ago and you click follow now, is that a new follower? No. There's a time period in there that we would need to figure out. It would be hard to use username since you have variable length. Yes. That also may be a gray area with user privacy. Disagree, because by keying your name in on... Look at that, we just extended the train. Thank you, Vinsol, for the follow. By participating, by putting your name in chat, you are implicitly acknowledging that you're talking to me and effectively giving me license to use your name and say hello to you. Thank you for the follow, Valentin Maziev. Appreciate you joining us. We are moving along. Look at that. Now, it's not 7 because we had those follow, folks. We are at 8390, it looks like, is the number. About 10 to go. And we'll do another giveaway. Here comes another one. Spicy Condiment. Wait a sec. You've been following. I appreciate the follow. Thank you. And if I click your chat name, you see the same image plus extra information. Yep. So... You've granted access to that information. Oh yeah, we've got a very large train here today. Already, look at that. 8 of them going across. And it could grow much longer. It could, right? So, we have some options here. We have some things to talk about as far as how large the train could grow, right? I mean, there's going to come a point here where it's most of the way across the screen if it's 30 cars long, right? Is that AB Hog Fan? Thank you so much for the follow. It is moving really slowly. Oh, it must be a British train. Oh my goodness. Would be pretty sweet if a huge train sped past. Well, there's definitely a point here where it's going to hit too many cars, right? I mean, I could force it to a really big train, right? Then it's a little bit crazy. See? Thank you for the follow. Try one. Appreciate you joining us. I'm waiting to see. This number is not accurate. The number that I see here on the dashboard hasn't updated in a little bit. Or maybe it is because folks are clicking unfollow follow. What's the comment there from Shankar that you're... Lots of people do what? There we go. 8393. Yeah, it's up by 3. Thank you, Acrophobic Pixie. You're right. Okay. So, and you see it's barely moving. It's barely going to move. So, maybe an image of a car with lots of cars stacked on it. Could be. Or maybe we end up with cars that are 10 followers. Right? Maybe there's a more sophisticated car that's 10 followers. Graham Weldon! Thank you so much for the host. Appreciate that, and bringing some viewers over here. Welcome. Sort of an ellipse. Yeah, something like that. Maybe you could speed up the animation. Well, so here's the thing. The animation, right, is for that duration of how long it takes to get across, right, for the train to expire. So if we had, right, it's almost like Roman numerals. If we had train cars that were 10 followers, start a new train on a separate track. Don't know. Loop around. There's a neat idea. Have containers fit on ships, train cars, semi-trucks? Yeah, just put some containers on top of those cars, right? Now you see it's picking up speed a little bit as it gets closer to the dock there on the side, the train station. So there's a little bit we need to figure out there, but I think we need to do the deduping. That's something I think we definitely need to do. Thank you, Graham. I appreciate you hosting. What were you working on there on your stream earlier today? Yeah, I think this is a neat project, and I think as we build this out a little bit, we need to have a database where we can store some of this information. And we're going to need to do that interaction. So if I start building to target a database, Robert Tables, we might need to set up multiple containers. Acrophobic Pixie asks, what is deduping? Right. We're going to avoid repeats. Weekend demands some chill time in gaming, so you're gaming today. Terrific. I hope you had a great time today. Graham, of course, is another one of the live coders, and I encourage you, not everybody's coding all the time. Sometimes they're gaming, sometimes they're practicing some of their favorite crafts, their art that they work on. You've seen our friend Fierce Kittens. She makes handbags, backpacks. She's making Switch cases last night. Nintendo Switch cases. Right? These things. Put them in a custom case. Made by our friend Fierce Kittens. VexFX makes Hollywood special effects. All kinds of neat stuff you can see him work on over there. So, you game 3 or 4 times. That's fine. That's cool. Something like a key value store like Redis. Yeah, right? Just something so we can look up and make sure that stuff behaves properly. So, here you go. Here's where the train just starts to look weird and cars disappear. Just disappear off the end. Boop. And they're gone. It's like... So there's an animation thing there we gotta figure out. Still. Yes. Folks on the Live Coders team, they do amazing things. They're not always just writing code. And I encourage you to appreciate all the things that those streamers do. There's some really neat stuff. Fauna DB for storage? Don't know. Oh my gosh, Graham! Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for 1,000 bits. We'll make another donation to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. And a bunch of folks just got emotes in the channel. Absolutely. Well, so the animation, right, doesn't understand and appreciate going across the screen properly. I would never write GraphQL. No, we might do some GraphQL. Is it stuck in the tunnel? Right. So the train hit a wall. Oops. Oops. Oh, it did. Did you hear that? It hit the wall. So we got a little bit of tuning to do in how that behaves. It's not bad. If it was 2 or 3 cars, not bad. It would go hyped right off the rails. No, not hyped off the rails. No. It's the station. It needs a roof. Yeah, we blew the roof off, right? It's speeding across the screen so fast. And then stops. No. What we should do... So let's start with deduping, right? Acrophobic Pixie was asking about deduping. We want to prevent duplicate follows from triggering the train going further. So what I'm going to do is go into my follower service actor. This is what's actually listening for the followers from, well, it's not listening. It's sending over the request for followers to Twitch. And I've got this very, very high-tech secret that it uses. It adds a channel, it subscribes to the webhook, so we receive the notifications. But the notifications, the notifications actually, right, Twitch sends a request. They send that information to us down here on my follower controller. So Twitch will do a post to us here. Just like you might have when you click post, right? You click submit on a button on a web page. Twitch is doing that same type of thing. They're posting programmatically, and this method gets fired. And I log out information about the new follower if we're in debug mode, if we have debug levels of logging output, and I notify your channel, if anybody that's listening for your channel, that there's a new follower and here's the follower. Well, this, I'm going to need to do this. I can't do this here. I'm receiving that information, right? If I did the dedupe here, I could prevent that notification from going out. The train uses Rhonda's collision avoidance algorithm. Rhonda,
It's alive!
for those of you that don't know, Rhonda is Robert Table's AI-driven car that he's been building, model car that he's been building. You think the very slow speed really ruins the point of having an animation? Well, it needs to take the same amount of time to get across the screen that that we've specified for the train time. So that's kind of a thing going on there. We need to figure. I'm not opposed to talking about the animation, but we're going to need to figure that out somehow. I think what might be prudent to do here is to set up some sort of a new follower dedupe service. New follower dedupe service. And let that inspect and figure out who the new followers are and whether or not to notify. So, I think that sounds like the best way to go about this. I think. So let's do that. I'm going to create a service down here. So I'm going to create a new file, and let's call this follower dedupe service CS. Let's call this in memory follower dedupe service CS. So I'm going to need a namespace. And we're going to be in, oh gosh, now I'm going to start to regret this. Pixelbot, orchestrator, services, right? Public class, and this is going to be in memory follower dedupe service. Now, I'm doing it this way because I want to have an iFollower dedupe service. No, not in memory. I want to have an interface. Let's create that interface real quick. Yep, put it in a new file. There we go. So let's talk about the interface. What is this going to look like? What kinds of things can you do with this? Because I'm going to do this initial one in memory, but eventually, like we were saying, maybe it's a Redis cache. Maybe it's a MySQL database. Maybe it's something else. But we'll push it somewhere so that we can handle that. Zlucient says, so after using the new .NET Core app settings JSON, which you love, is there an easy way to convert .NET Framework apps to utilize that instead of the standard app settings? Zlucient, you are... Thank you so much for asking that question. Thank you so much. The answer is yes. take a look, if you are using .NET Framework 4.7 and later, take a look at configuration builders for .NET Framework for ASP.NET. You can inject additional configuration providers, including JSON, so that you can read those in and overwrite the configuration settings inside of your web config or app config file. I might know the program manager who was responsible for that feature. Because it was me. A new actor? Well, so the reason not to make it an actor is because I want to intercept when we receive the message, which is not an actor. It's inside of our controller that's doing this interaction. I'm injecting this service, do this thing. It's outside of the actor hierarchy that's processing this. It's literally doing a check and returning. So for this interaction, right, and I'm using the actor hierarchy for processing all of the logic coming out of chat. So does the storage mechanism matter? Not yet, right? And yes, the same one could be used with different backing stores. Well, the interactions with those different backing stores are going to be different. I don't want to write a series of if-then statements to say, if you're doing this, if you're configured with this, well, go connect to data storage this way. If you're using this, well, go connect to it using this way. It's going to be different code. So let's isolate that and have the provider defined and passed in startup. So I don't need to actually configure any of that information. I just have my follower controller over here at construction time. Right, let's do that. And make this iFollower dedupe service. And I will just call this dedupe service. And I will create and initialize field dedupe service. So then down here, what I'll be able to do is say if dedupe service check new follower. Maybe that's the method we're going to have here. Right, so the channel is this, and the new follower is that. So if that is a new follow, if that isn't a new follower, it should return false. And we'll just return okay. So now I need to create this method. Yep, generate that method. So my interface that defines these things knows that this is a Boolean, right? We're going to return true, false. Yeah, let's call this channel followed, and let's call this new follower name, right? Oh, come on, I would love to, why didn't that complete? Darn it. I wanted to get my, right? I wanted to get my summary information in there, but no, it's not automatically giving me that. So, wouldn't it be better to fetch the whole follower list, store it on follow, check if the user is in the list? If not, add user, unfollow, don't delete from list. Tensi, you're right. And that's why I'm putting this provider somewhere else. Let that handle all that stuff. You're right, we can fetch the entire follower list with whatever object we decide to create. We can make this as sophisticated as we want. However, the follower controller over here just wants to know, is this a new follower or not? Should I notify if in fact it is a new follower? So we can make that more complex as we're going along here. Okay. Yes, it is another bearded developer. Hello, Pavi Games. What is the alternative to the app domain in NetCore 3? Why did they drop it? Asks Roosh. There's a... Why did they drop it? They wanted to simplify the memory management and how the interactions occurred. It was a very infrequently used feature. I'm nearly positive app domain is gone. Right? Yeah, app domain is gone. I'm not familiar with what would have replaced it. Off the top of my head, I don't know. Graham Weldon, absolutely. Live coders for the win. The / comment summary shortcut is currently not implemented in OmniSharp C# extension. There's an open item for it. Ah, okay. We do have, yes, Pac-Man Jr. There are women, there are hairless men on the live coders team. There are some non-binary folks. There are folks of different races, different orientations, different faiths, different languages. We have some folks that speak French, Italian, Portuguese. Everybody's included and welcome. So, diversity, absolutely. So, I'll figure out and put the summary stuff on there later. So now I'm going to implement that check. All right, there we go. Thank you for the follow. Sorry. That's not going to fly. Oh my gosh, Frank! Frank! Thank you so much for the raid. I need a raid. I need to do the raid thing. Oh my gosh.
Danger's my middle name.
It is. Welcome, Frank, and all of our raiders joining us. My name is Jeff Fritz. It's so good to see you. And we're writing a little bit of code today to work on our chatbot to identify followers and activate this follower train widget we've been working on. Frank, what are you working on over there on your stream? Let us know. And can we get a shout out for Frank Bucheros there? Working on your text-based adventure game in .NET Core. Very cool. You're right. Rodra stream. Spanish too. We do have Spanish-speaking broadcasters on the Live Coders team. It's tremendous. I'm really happy to see. Also in Linux, Frank. Ooh, that's cool. I'm really happy to encourage and help enable some folks that are in different languages, different places in the world, to share their passion, share their enjoyment for teaching folks about technology here on Twitch. Traditional English and U.S. English speakers. Yeah, I speak American. Our friend Lucky Number 7 there, Andy, he speaks traditional English. He speaks the Queen's English, okay? Don't mess up the two. American, not quite the same as the Queen's English. American. Me, American. I'm just going to create a private static dictionary here. This feels like it could go bad. This would go really bad. You speak Franglish. Frank. That's a Canadian joke, isn't it? If I did this just in memory like this, it could get out of control. Let's see. We'll see if we can make this work. So we'll have a string for the channel name, and we'll create a list of the followers. We'll put that in a string here. And we'll call that, what do we call that? Right, followers. Let's call that previous followers. Previously on Fritz and Friends. No, not name of. I typed new. Thank you. Yes, there we go. All right. So I've got a new, let's make this a read-only dictionary so it doesn't inadvertently get clobbered somehow here. I need some using statements so it knows what those are. Now the dictionary means we'll be able to get that list quickly. Found follower. And what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to say, well, actually, I don't. Let's do this. We can just say Let's start there. If previous followers contains key, so we're going to look for the channel first. Make sure that it's in there. If it doesn't, well, that's easy. So we're going to add the channel followed and a new list that's empty. Well, we're going to need to add a new list and start it with the new follower name. And we'll return, is that a new follower? Yes. So we'll return true. Otherwise, we're going to, should it be a list or should it be a hash set? Hey, Blazer, Mr. Magoo, good to see you. All sorts of English and American, Northeastern, Southern, Midwest, Minnesota, West Coast. We got all the English you ever need. That's right. David Chorvath, hello, hello. Judgmentally, instead of using a string for the key, I could create a channel object. I appreciate what you're suggesting, yes. But what other information would I want to add about a channel? I see where you're going. So adding information about moderators, I don't know. There was a question from Smarthy #1 fan. Was there? What happened there? Did we miss that? I don't see it. Oh, there we go. If I had to shoot from the hip and answer this without looking at any code, what would you guess is causing one of my fields not to be read in MVC forms? Ooh. Only one of your fields not to be read. You're not model binding properly. You don't have, I would guess that the property that you're model binding to is wrong scope. It should be public scope. The name doesn't match up. The type doesn't match up. Those would be the three things that I would guess. List of features you want on a per channel basis. That judgmentally I have in other features outside of here. This I'm just trying to write a little bit of code here to check for deduping followers. Those types of things are important, and I have stored in other channel configuration things. You're absolutely right. We need that information stored, but not here. And this is something that is really going to end up being throwaway code, because when we scale up, we don't want to store this list in memory, because we're going to get clobbered. Not using from body as a hint. There's another good idea there. Oh my gosh, JAF 1021.
Hey, Mom! We get some meatloaf! We want it now! The meatloaf! What's she doing? I never know what she's doing.
Good morning, Mom. It's great to see you. Let's see here. So if it does contain the key, if we do have the channel already being tracked. Oh my gosh, is it Rauld Pike? Thank you so much for the raid. Good morning, Raiders. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome in. My name is Jeff Fritz. We're writing code here together. Yeah, sure, you can fire the defend command if you'd like. There's some tacos. Absolutely. Let's increase our sentiment analysis number over there. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you joining us. We're writing a little bit of code here. We're tracking the followers that are coming in when we get notifications from Twitch, because we're building a little follower train widget. You can see a sample of it. It was running right here. Yeah, reload the page, please. I'd like to see my widget, please. This could be a real problem. you know? Let me close that and reopen it. No! Wait. Is it... You know what? It might not be working because this isn't compiling right now. Yes, more widgets. We're going to write lots more widgets. So, Rod Pike, what were you working on over there on your channel? Let me know. For some reason, video's lagging behind audio a little bit for you. No. I don't think so. Let me check something real quick. Let's check something real quick. Yours is good. I just want to check. I have a feeling about this. Is the way for us to set up and run this test making your own? Yes. We need to make that a thing as well. That's definitely got to become a thing for folks to try and do here. Yeah, look at that. All right, 1 second. We're gonna need to do this. I think that's better. What the heck is going on over there? Let's check that other machine with the camera. Yeah, it looks like it's performing really, really bad over here. And I don't know why, because there's nothing running except for the camera. That should be better now. Yeah, there we go. Yep, disconnect. Alright, head back over here. I think that's better. There we go. Is there a way yet? Yeah, so we need to talk about setting up and be able to run this in your own projects. Access modifiers, yes. You may have hit review session goal too quickly. Oh? Alright, let's take a look. So I think, and somebody was saying doing this as a map. Well, this is kind of a map. Kind of. You were building a cross-platform bike share app. Ooh, that's really cool. Oh my gosh. Can we get a shout out there for our new friend Rod Pike? Appreciate that. That's pretty cool. Building cross-platform maps like that provide value to folks is a very cool thing. Thank you, Carrie. So I'm going to return. I need to add. This should probably be a hash set instead of a list. So I can just say add it. Right, and not worry about, well, is it in there? Okay, so if I do that, then what I can do is I can say var out value equals previous followers channel followed. So I'm reaching into the dictionary for the channel, and so that'll give me the hash set. And I can say, oh my gosh, John Galloway is here. Thank you so much, John. 200 bits. Fantastic, thank you. We'll make another donation to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. 3 other folks in chat just got some emotes. Very cool. Cyberpunk Computing asks, ever get into containerized applications? Yes. In fact, this application is being built in a container. I'll show you that in just a little bit here. So, yes, John Galloway.
Greetings, my excellent friend.
So good to see you. So I'm going to just have a Boolean that I'll output here that says, well, does it contain it? Whether it contains it or not, because it's a hash set, what I can do is I can say channel followed. So that'll give me the hash set. And I'll just add the new follower name. And it doesn't matter if it's in there or not. It's a hash set. It'll just replace the existing one if it is there. And I'll return out value. Now this is overly simplified, extremely simplified. Literally built this just to get this thing running, so I don't have to build a database or some other data storage to maintain this. Right? I have oversimplified the problem. 1.1 thousand Fritz bits already. Really? Holy crow. That's a lot. How did you get that many so fast? I'm gonna have to increase the return on getting some of those redemptions. Wow. Because you're only supposed to be able to get 200 in an hour. How did you get to 1,000 so quickly? 980. Holy crow. Twitch. Double point for subs, plus you get a view bonus. There's bonuses. What? What? They said on average you're going to get 200. Haiku Shane. Welcome. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. And Svava's already at 1,000. Oh my gosh. Wolfman Zach. Thank you for the follow. You can skip the contain since ad returns a bool saying, does it? It does. Thank you for the follow. Azarel Studios. Grow a watch streak up to 450. We're going to need to push out some of those redemptions. Yeah, right? The Fritz Bits inflation. We're going to need to push some of those out. That's very crazy. Right? You're going to be able to redeem some of those things that I want to take the better part of somebody watching for at least a week. I want to get that pushed out so it takes a little bit more. I'm going to bump out those higher end rewards. Like review my session submission, you shouldn't be able to get that in less than an hour. That one I'm going to need to push out from 1,000. That one I'm going to make 5. And the review my session submission, I'm going to need to push that out to 20. If you are getting that many bits that quickly, I got to push those out because I want 20,000 to take at least a week or two of watching. 250 for joining a raid, 300 for following. Yeah, we need to push them out a little bit. Oops, wait, review my session submission. That one should be 5,000. Because that one I want to be accessible. But the review your code, I want to make that one 20,000. Because those should take a little bit of time of saving up to get to. There we go. Yeah, you can get Fritz Bits now, channel points. So the ad returns whether or not fantastic. So I can just return that. So if it did add it, it'll return true. If it is already there, it'll return false. Yep, they just started the Fritz Bits that you see down there at the bottom. Just started in this stream. We talked about them at the top of the show. Gonna have me fix your code easy work for you. So, you know what, Acrophobic Pixie, thank you so much for your enthusiasm here. Can we just take a second? I want to. Acrophobic Pixie picked up Visual Studio for the first time last week, and has been trying out and learning a little bit of .NET code, a little bit of C# with us. Yes, hold the music. Hang on. Stop the press. And stop. There it goes. And has been learning along with us. And I am thrilled that you've taken those first steps on your technical journey with us. That big thanks to our friend Fierce Kittens for getting folks encouraged to try that out. Welcome, and please, those questions that you might have around programming and learning. Yeah, Pac-Man Jr., thank you so much for doing that.
Pac-Man Jr. gifted Acrophobic Pixie a subscription. Pac-Man Jr. gifted a tier 1 sub to Acrophobic Pixie. They have given 81 gift subs to the channel.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. But I love seeing folks that are inspired, encouraged, whether it's me or another member of the Live Coders. Maybe it's John Galloway at a conference or even here on Twitch. I love seeing folks that are taking those first steps, that are enjoying and having a good time with the technology. Thank you so much. It really means a lot to us, Acrophobic Pixie, that you've joined us. MBB!
Moist Booty Boy just gifted 5 subs.
Thank you so much for those 5 gift subs. Everybody, some folks in the community now just got free subscriptions. Let's see. Toefrog, Wally KC, Moomst, Wolfhound Jesse, and Pavi Games. Congratulations. You just got gift subs thanks to our friend MBB, and we're going to make a donation for all of those subs, including the one that was gifted earlier to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital.
79 just resubscribed for 12 months.
Stelzy, thank you so much for that resub. You're going to get a propeller on your hat there. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Haiku Shane says, this is the nicest channel. Thank you, Shane. I really appreciate the kind words there. We want to make sure that folks are welcome and they have it. If you want to try software, you know what? Give it a try. There is no problem with asking questions and talking through some of the issues that folks might have, and building some fun things together. So now Acrophobic Pixie's asking about some help with for loops. Let's let this go through here, and you know what? We'll write a for loop over on the other side. Let's do that. So this is just going to look inside of our collection of followers for the channel that we've been notified, hey, there's a new follower, and just return whether or not it's a new record in our collection. So you could do one with a lambda, yes, but some of our friends here are brand new to C#, and they're not familiar with some of the capabilities here. So right now, I'm just saying dedupe service check new follower, and I'm looking at just the 0th data entry here. We might actually receive multiple entries because we might get notified, hey, here's 5 new followers all at the same time. So, you know what? Let's help out our friend Acrophobic Pixie, talk about writing a for loop real quick here, and clean this up a little bit so that it's not just assuming that there's one new follower. Yeah, we could do it with the lambda. You're right, we could. But I think a for loop might make it a little bit clearer how they function and what they look like. The quest is vague and you're not sure what to put in the for bit to make it do the thing. So let's talk about that. Let's take a little bit of a beginner's approach to for loops here to walk through and do these notifications. So we might receive, this model that comes through, let me show you what this looks like, is a Twitch webhook payload, and it will have a collection of datum types, right? Because the property is named data. So it might, right, so the plural of data is datum. Yeah, that's a thing. That's totally a thing, okay?
You have no idea what you're dealing with.
No, I do, Thor. I know what's going on here. So we might have multiples of these, and each one of these entries says it's from this person, they're following this other person, okay? So I'm going to go back to over here, and instead of saying new follower reported and just go after the 0th item, I can write a for loop, and I specify some sort of a counter, right? Let's just call it counter, and an initial value of it. In C#, we start counting things with 0. Okay? We're going to specify, well, what's the maximum, right? When do we stop the for loop? Thank you for the follow, Deep State. I appreciate that. And, hey, Mary Jo Stabler, good morning. Good to see you. Oh my gosh, we're going to hit our goal here. Look at this. Is that... How's it going, Pasquale? Good to see you. Coldwire79, thank you for the follow. I think we just hit our goal. Looking, let me refresh here. This number is off by just a little bit. I play poker badly. I'm so sorry. Thank you for the follow. Those seem legit, yes. The singular of data is datum because data is plural. Oh, thank you. Yes, I had that backwards. I'm keeping an eye on that follower count, and I'm waiting to see it tick over here. Welcome all of our new followers here. I want to make sure I'm just keeping an eye on that follower count because I don't think this one is right. I think we had some unfollows in there. We had some bad actors that aren't being counted earlier. There we go. Yes! We did hit 8401. We ticked over another milestone. Hey, where's Dee Dee? Dee Dee, you can have your donut now. So at 10,000, we will have a 12-hour party. A rave? A developer rave? Maybe. I don't, you know what? Dee Dee may have taken off Yeah, it looks like it, looking at the list here. Cyberpunk Computing. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you joining us. And, Smab, you'll have a donut instead? Congratulations to you. There you go. So, before I finish let me finish this for loop real quick. This initial description of the for loop, and we'll give away some stickers here. So counter, the next argument inside the for loop here is going to be, what's the maximum length of the counter? When do we stop, right? What's the condition to make it stop? So we want to stop when the counter, what's the true condition, right? So we want it to continue to count while the counter is less than the length of model.data. So I can say model.data.length. There we go. Because that's the length of the number of items in that data array. And then the last argument here is, well, how do you count? So we're going to say counter plus plus, which says just increment this each time, right? Increment it by 1. This could also be plus equals 1, and it will add 1 each time it steps through the loop. So I'm going to go down to here, and I want it to loop and execute each one of these each time. And instead of going to model data 0, I'll have it go to model data counter, so that it looks at the appropriate next item and sends those notifications. Okay. So now instead of it going to the 0th item each time, if we receive multiple follower notifications, it will go through and appropriately grab that item as it steps through the collection and send that information. Why not for each? So you're one step ahead of me, Tensi. Is it Tensi? Tensai? Let me know. Let me make sure I get that correctly. Hey, protopoly.com. Good morning. Good afternoon. Whatever time it might be. Ain't no party like a code party. And I bet you our friend D.D. Walsh is off having a code party there. We could do a for each, right? So that's a for loop with a counter, right? You're right. I could do the exact same thing and turn this into a for each statement, right? Come on. I'm not going to get the autocomplete there, am I? There we go. So I can say for each, let's call this D, in model.data, because that's a collection, right? That's an array. It's a collection of these. You're right. There is no index. So instead of saying model.data counter from name, what I can do is I can have these same commands, but I can say D, because it's going to grab each one of those items and give me, right, each data item in the D object. So I end up with some code that looks a little bit simpler here, like this. Oops, wrong one. Okay. So that's the way it looked before down there. So now we end up with a for loop that looks a little bit cleaner, and we don't have that extra variable passing around. So there's two ways that you can do a for loop quickly, and it's up to you, right? The for loop, when you set a counter here, right, there's 3 arguments that you have to pass in to the for loop. How are you initializing, and what's the name of your counter variable? Under what conditions should it continue counting? So give it some sort of some sort of Boolean test. So since the counter starts at 0, we want to only execute when the counter is less than the length of the data collection. And it has 1 entry in it typically. So 0 is less than 1. It'll execute 1 time, because the second time through, it'll be 1. 1 is not less than 1. If it was less than or equal to, it would execute. And the last argument is, how are we incrementing? How are you stepping up each one of those times through? So I do like the for each syntax. Many ways to skin a cat. These are some of the options, the things that you have available to you as a C# developer. And this is a little bit of the reason why some folks will say that we'll say that programming is a little bit more of an art form and a creative endeavor, because there's lots of different ways to do the same thing. Which way is the most optimal? I don't know. But there's also a consideration for which way is best for me to be able to show someone else, another member of my project team, so they understand it when they pick up and have to add the next feature to this. Now, right, if the follower is there, right, if they've already followed, I don't want to return OK here, because that'll escape out and come down here and exit my method entirely. What I do want to do is just continue. So by saying continue here, what that's doing is saying skip the rest of the loop and go back to the beginning and start with the next item, right? I could exit the loop right here with the command called break. And break says, stop what you're doing, exit the loop, and continue processing. So the next method wouldn't be here that it executes, but instead would come down to line 62. In my case, I want it to continue processing. I want to make sure we look at all the items in the list. So I'll continue and have it go back to the top of the for each and continue processing. Don't forget to mention the king for loop. The king for loop? I'm not familiar with that. Acrophobic Pixie just had that light bulb moment. Yes, until no more donuts are available. You're not a developer until your answer is, it depends. Yeah. There are while loops as well. Yes. So those are some of the different ways. So this will now go through and process and do that check to see if there are new followers. Now, at some point, we may want to have a check batch of followers and have it do that quickly. For right now, just to get this running minimum viable, we can optimize the performance on this later. That'll do. I'm going to go down and set up that mapping here in the startup method. Let me do this real quick. Thank you for the follow, QED. I'm going to set up this mapping and then we're going to give away some stickers here on channel. This is a way for us to, and this is a much more advanced feature that C# feature that I'm showing here. Follower dedupe service. I'm mapping an interface to a type. And this is the in-memory follower dedupe service. There we go. So now that'll be available when that controller fires. Let's make sure it's building. I have it on a .NET watch back here, so it's just building every time. Go to the end. Go. There it is. Now it's building. Does C# have parallel for each loops like PowerShell? Yes, it does, VTCN. Yes, it is. The face game is asynchronous? No, it's not. What do we got here? Sometimes when I'm frustrated with people, a good Linux distro makes me feel happier. Smarthy? To each their own. Well done. When I say creative process requires you to create things, yes, programming and making cookies are definitely creative processes. Yes, absolutely. And we'll raid one of our creative friends here. Fridays, I like to raid somebody who's a creative streamer, and we'll raid somebody who's creative today. So that should all work now with my updates. So if I refresh this, thank you for the follow, VTCN. Appreciate that. Why isn't my configuration loading? There it goes. All right. So here's my user activity train, and I'll view the widget. No, I want to open that in a new screen. Thank you. I have to tell it to join the channel. I need some feedback there when you click join channel. Let's write that next. So now our little follower train is running. I can put this down here, and as we get some new followers, and it should dedupe and catch folks that try to click follow a couple times here, we should see them only come through once. Vatican, if it's easy. Okay, Vatican, thanks so much for joining us. C# 8 did add some new async capabilities. Thank you for the follow, Player Fine. I appreciate you joining us. All right. let's take a look. Let's let that run for a little bit. There's another follow that came through that didn't trigger the alert, but we've got 2 train cars here, and it'll take 5 minutes to get all the way to the other side there, unless we get some other follows. How's it going, player? Fine? Welcome. Is the follower train code so far in my GitHub? Yes, it is. JAL97, welcome. Thank you for the follow. Yes, execute the GitHub command and you'll see it. It's under, the name of this project is Quiltoni Pixelbot. And we'll clean that up. We're also setting up, this is getting built in Azure DevOps, and there was a question earlier about, am I using containers? Yes, there is a Docker file that goes with this that is building and deploying to a GitHub container registry, and then being, being deployed to a GitHub container registry, and then being pulled into an Azure app service, and then stopping the app service, and then restarting it with the new container running instead. So you get automatic deployment here using, that's right, Docker. Hang on, let me say that right. Can we say that? Robert Tables was summoned because I said containers. Hang on, let me give Docker its due here. We're deploying using Docker. Okay. DevOps is a tremendous thing. There should be a on the project there. Thank you, Hugo, for sharing that link. Let me copy that link, just because it's going to be easier for me to do here. Open a new browser, do the thing, and you should be able to see the little pill here, the little shield. There it is. So you can see it building. So you're welcome to click through there. That is a public DevOps, public read-only, so you can see how the project builds. You can look at all the steps and learn a little bit about that if you've been following along. Yep, there's the Docker package link as well. So if I scroll up to the top here, there is a package button now in the middle of the repository. You can click that, and you'll see the current package that's been deployed to production right here. You can download that and try it on your own, but right now it is tightly coupled to having to log into Twitch to use. We do need to do something to make it a little bit easier for folks to try and debug on their own. And there goes the little train. It's about halfway across. It actually speeds up till it gets to the middle, slows down for a little bit, speeds up till it gets to the end, and slowly pulls into the train station. Containers, 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 and Robert Tables. That's a thing. So, Mary Jo Stabler, check this out. There is a no emote. So you can actually do no and then, and it's actually my face. It's really funny. Trust me. Okay, so that's going across. That looks like it's behaving properly. I'm feeling like we're in pretty good shape here. So here's what I'm going to do. There you go. Thank you, MBB. I'm going to open a new tab here. Look at that. Control-Shift-T opens, and there goes the no and then across the screen. That's a thing. Let me run a git status here. Let me add our new... fine, just add all the things. And we will commit this. So now deduping followers and what else did we do? We didn't just dedupe followers. I also added oh, and finished the join button. Well, we didn't finish it. We got it working. So here's the thing. I will git push that, right? I'm going to send it out to... What did I add? That's fun. What did it add? Git pull. What did I do? Well, oh, I updated global JSON. I did do that. What? Yeah, that's fine. Set global JSON to .NET SDK 30100. So we were on referencing a preview version of the SDK. And that's not right. All right, so now let's push. And that will kick off a build on Azure DevOps. See, the animation isn't quite right, but it does enough. Is that Kaiman? Welcome. Hello. The new Windows Terminal is so nice. It is. It is. And I think we need to spend some time with Windows Terminal and Windows Subsystem for Linux here as we go along this month of Ubuntober. So I'm going to control-click and open my pipelines here, and we should be able to see it building that dev version that we just had. Let me back up one. There we go. So here it is with that global JSON merge. We should see this kick through very, very quickly. Fancy message needed, apply within. Oh, thank you. So we'll watch that build, and if everything builds properly here, what I'll do is I'll merge it into the master branch, which will kick off a container build and automatically deploy it to Azure. Thank you for the follow, Solidude TV. While that's running, let's give away some stickers. I'm going to kick off those Lash tools. Here we go. If you've seen my channel before, you know it's about to happen. You know we're about to have some fun. Let's give away, we're not giving away Autonauts Steam codes today. We are giving away a C# Fritz sticker pack. Toefrog won a Autonauts code last time. If you're in channel, I don't care where you are in the world, we will send out stickers to you, ! Here, and you'll get a chance to win some stickers. There you go. Patience is a virtue, and you are not a virtuous person. Yeah, I need to send some. I'm behind on sending some of these out. I am sorry. You did it too early. Now you can't do it because it thinks you're spamming. Give it a second here. You'll be all right. I'll give it a little bit of time. ! Here will get you in there, and I've got a whole bunch of different stickers, including, there he is, our very cool Fritzbot. I've got the Super C# sticker. I've got Clippy with a rainbow beard. I've got, and I've got the Octocat, the GitHub Octocat with a rainbow beard. Thank you for the follow, Yanzer. Appreciate that. ! Here will get you in our little giveaway that we're going to do here. And I have a couple of the envelopes. I've printed them out. They're right here. They're ready to go. I just have to get them over to the post office because I'm sending internationally. And it doesn't matter where you are in the world. I will send stickers to you. And I'm going to drop in some of our Live Coders buttons. I've got a bunch of these. I will drop a Live Coders button in there for you so that not only do you get the stickers, but you'll get a button to show that you enjoy watching one of the Live Coders here. Thank you so much for all the ! Here commands here. You're not letting me take any top spots on bits donations. TBD gamer. I don't know. That's a thing. All right, how we doing? Did everybody get a chance to enter? Thinking of going up. Going up where? Let me know. Yeah, Gary does just randomly cheer. It's fun like that. So it doesn't matter who you are. If you want to join, if you want to get in on this giveaway, we're looking for...
I want rustlers, cutthroats,
absolutely.
Murderers,
yes.
Bounty hunters, desperados,
what?
mugs, pugs,
no,
thugs,
no,
nitwits, halfwits, dimwits, vipers,
sure,
snipers,
okay.
Con-men, agents, bandits,
no,
muggers, buggerers,
no,
bushwhackers, hornswagglers, horse
okay.
thieves, train
sure.
robbers,
no,
bank robbers,
no,
stickers,
but,
and Methodists.
Oh, okay, Methodists are welcome too, sure. All right, are we all in? Everybody get into the... ! Here, there. Here, there. Just ! Here will put you in. Oh, heck. Absolutely. Plus 18 says Killer Coder. All right, here we go. Let's do this. Let's give away some stickers. Oh, I see one or two more people. Hyper Yeetus, welcome. Let's do this. Let's give away some stickers. Make it bigger. Yeah. It's too long. Oh my gosh, look at the Quiltoni dogs. Absolutely. And we're going to send some stickers to Delta JCKC. Welcome. You just won a set of stickers. And I'm about to and I'll send them out. There we go. Drop me a line. Rigged. Totally rigged. It's always rigged. Rigged. Oh, thanks so much, everybody, for participating. We'll do more of those. Every time we cross 100 followers here, another 100 followers, we will send out another set of stickers there. Winner, chicken dinner. You're right, Mary Jo. Pseudo, send me the stickers instead, says John Galloway.
You got the wrong guy. I'm the dude, man.
You got the wrong guy. Sorry. So, very cool. Thank you, Delta JCKC. We will get those. I'm going to make sure I get those out. Let me see if I can get over there a little bit later today. Maybe we can get them out this afternoon. There goes the train scooting across the screen. And we do have to update the images there, make them a little bit closer so it's actually connected and figure out some other things there. Hello, Sonerganol. Welcome. And John Galloway, you have a couple of these stickers. I tell you. See, and right, you could be so cool that you get things like Space Cat's sticker. There's Space Cat's sticker. When she joins us, they go floating up the screen. See that? That's one of her emotes. There are some of Fierce Kitten's stickers that I have here that I keep just so that I can show off and look cool. Right, like let's put our paws up. Right, there you go. Just write something there. Get that tucked in. Nope, that's not going to work. Put it back over here. That worked. Nope, it's not going to stick this time. I just had it. There we go. Neshe Narovkin says, you had an issue with merging a few minutes ago. Do I have an opinion on merging versus rebasing? Not sure if you've covered that previously. There's something to be said for using the two strategies for interacting with your code, with your source control. Merging should be the way to go the whole time that you're working on a feature in a feature branch, right? Do all of your work there, but when you're ready then to share the results of your feature, you've completed that unit of work, that module, right? And that's a whole unit that you're going to now publish and share with the rest of your team, then rebase, so that you're only pushing that one unit of work, right? That's one package that should be delivered and stand on its own. So rebase that as one commit, right? Merge says take the code that I've written and put it in, make it work with the rest of the code that's already out there, with the rest of the stuff in source control. Rebase says take all of these things, pull them together as one commit, or maybe even fewer commits, let's just say that. Typically one commit, and make that available to folks. So nice. Acrophobic Pixies stickers are all on her laptop. The wrist rest is Fairy's poop sticker. Oh no! I have some of Fairy's stickers here as well. Right? I'm not gonna show. There's Fairy's. Here. I've got this one. We'll put that over there too. Right? Ooh. Take that one out. We'll put the dancing unicorn there. There you go. Unicorn butts for the win. All right. So that merged everything properly. All of our tests, and we don't have very many tests, they all passed. So what I can do now, I can publish this by publishing a pull request. Let me do that real quick and show you how I have this. I'm going to merge my dev branch, my development branch where I'm working, into the master branch. And every time I say that, I want to sing Master of Puppets. You know? I've done something bad. I'm sorry. Do this. I need one of these over here. The bot stopped. Can't stop the bot. Well, but we did. Every time we run a giveaway, it stops the bot. Thank you for the follow, NoraldNet. So, let me see. So I want to go back over here. I'm going to merge my changes from the development branch, which are just a couple of updates here. We made some updates about page content, some homepage content, now deduping followers, and we finished the join channel button, and we updated to .NET SDK 30100. We're going to push all of those up in one shot here to the master branch. So let's call this some minor fit and finish updates. Okay. And we'll create that as a pull request. So the pull request says, hey, here's some changes that you may want to accept into that other branch. And I'm going to merge that in. Yes, confirm. Now, by doing that, what's going to happen over here is this is going to kick off another build now for the master branch, where it's merging that change in. And this time, to the question earlier about containers, it's going to create a container for us, deploy that to GitHub, and it'll be available for folks to be able to use, to run. I am not myself. Master! Master, where's the codes I've been after? PR is only lies. Well, a little bit. A little bit. Acrophobic Pixie needs a rubber ducky to yell at. Oh my gosh, you're learning that already. Developers with a little rubber ducky that you can yell at and explain things to. I sometimes do that to the dog. Then the dog stares at me like, I don't know code. What are you talking about? So there, it's building. Now it's building against that Alpine image that our friend Shane Boyer suggested to us. So now we're getting a smaller, slimmer image that we're going to be building against, because Alpine is a Linux distribution that's very highly optimized for it. You have a Channel 9 guy for that role. I have a Channel... There we go. I have a Channel 9 guy. I completely forgot I had one of these. I've got two. Oh my gosh. So I've got a little Channel 9 guy. There he is. Hello. And Doctor Strange. And Torbjorn? McCree, Lucio. Got a bunch of folks up there. Let's see. So look at that. So the train's almost done going across. There it is, building our image. We're going to be just about done here, because when it finishes building the image, it'll send it over to GitHub, into the GitHub container registry, which will trigger that deployment. Yeah, the little Channel 9. So Channel 9 is the name for the developer studios, television studios that we have at Microsoft. And they were these little guys, right? And I'll be on Channel 9 at Microsoft Ignite in November. I'm hosting the second day. I'm hosting Tuesday on Channel 9. We're going to be doing some live coding with Blazor with my good friend Dan Roth. John, I think I need to order Dan a jacket for that day. He's going to need an appropriate blazer to wear. We might need to do that. You use a Rick Sanchez plushie. To each their own. Okay. What package manager does Alpine use? Asks Vatican. So Alpine is a right. It's a Linux distribution. I don't know if that it does uses it uses APK. Okay, I didn't know that. It's the full-size Channel 9 guys wandering around the conferences that are freaky. Conficient says a new Blazor. I think I'm going to need to acquire a Blazor for our friend Dan. I think we're going to need to do that. If I'm live streaming with Dan and we're talking about Blazor, we're going to need that. Dan needs his own Blazor. I think that's got to be a thing. We're going to have to make that. We're going to have a whole wardrobe of Blazors. We are rubber ducky on these streams when people are talking about their code to the stream. You're not wrong, DJ Bass. You're not wrong at all. Yeah. And a blazing pizza hat. We do need blazing pizza hats. That's got to be a thing. No, I am not drinking beer Snake Daddy. This is Madrina's coffee. Cold brew coffee, and the green screen is making the bottom go away. There, it's over there. You can see. This is. Can I do a thing? I can't do a thing. Where is it? Right? Maybe if I do it like that, you can see it's Madrina's. This is Cafe Mocha. They kindly sent me a couple sample packs so I could try it out. Surly Dev, that was mine that I loaned him. The purple blazer. Alright, so this should have deployed now because it completed the push. If I click over here to code, I should see on my package here, right? So it's got a bunch of downloads. So now it's version 950 is the version number. And if I scroll down here, I can see, show me all the recent versions. So there you go. 950 was just updated 2 minutes ago. 945 was 2 days ago. So this is the latest version. If I go back over to Azure, my Azure console, here, right? And I scroll down and I look at, is it under container settings? Was this it? We'll see the log. Scroll down to the bottom here. There we go. Oh my goodness, look at all the stuff. Refresh. No, not right now. Go away. It's going to redeploy here in just a few seconds. 1602. So that was some time ago. But it is when I make another request to this website. Don't go there. Bad idea. Fritzbot, Azure websites.net. It should request and deploy the next version. Yeah, I'm not sure what it's doing here. And that log just looks terrible. Terrible. Go down to the end here. Yeah, that's wrong. Doesn't like the HTTPS port? No. Yep, I helped Dan put it on. You're right, Hugo. No, you're not going mad there, Surly Dev. That was me. I did that. This should pick up and show that it's deploying a new container here. Right, it's not updating the log at all here. What's deployment center? Tell me. I don't know what this is. Let me see what this is. What is this? Deployed successfully to production. Yeah, look at that. 1202, which is in 1 minute. It did it in the future. Whatever. Can I see that? And it actually links back to the merge. Nice. That's pretty cool. So it did update. It's now got the latest version out there. I'm feeling pretty good about that. I forgot to put the bot in there. The bot image. I'm going to have to put that somewhere. Where we're going, Marty, we don't need deployments. That's a great line, Robert Tables. That's really good because we don't need deployments at...
Strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
Yeah, at the Circle K. You're right, Ted. Let me see here. I think we're at a point. It is deployed. It's running. It does the deduping. You still have to log in. It will join your channel, but it doesn't give you the feedback that it is joined to your channel. I mean, you could run the train widget right now. So that's a thing. Snake Daddy asks, could anyone explain to me how I install a template in Visual Studio? More specifically, my Stream Deck toolkit. You tried to write .NET new I? No. You're close. You're close. So the Stream Deck toolkit is a project that we were working on. I need to change the titles here also. Let's head over and show in this shared repository. We have Stream Deck toolkit. You install the project template, not from the file system, from NuGet. You can execute that command. And it will add the template to your .NET. Your .NET SDK, and you can work with it then. Excuse me. Yeah, Snake Daddy. So that'll get you running. Conductor Fritzbot is here for all your follower training needs. That's a thing. All right, friends. I think we are just about done for today. I've got some other things that I want to clean up. I want to change the appearance over here. I need to change the title here and over here and here so that it's now Fritzbot instead of Pixelbot because we're updating it. And we're really close to being done. I need that interaction on the configuration page to show you, okay, it's actually joined in watching your channel. But I think we are in very great shape here. Like, you could run this right now if you wanted to. You could. It's not going to be great. It's not going to be amazing, but it will work. I'll key in my token real quick. Come on. There we go. There we go. Yep, continue. And it routes back to here, and now I can look at configuration, and I can say, join my channel. Now, I've lost, right? I'm in a different application setup. I need to configure myself as the global admin again so I can see the console. Users and roles, users. There's a thing here, isn't there? I'll need to take a look at this. Yeah, I need to take a look here. I want to make sure that nobody sees any more details there than they should. But this is running now inside the channel. And I could actually embed and put this, right? Look at the Linux machine is off. This is being run completely off of that website. So what I could do, I could assign the URL fritzbot.c#fritz.com, which might not be great for that. But as the followers come in, we'll be able to see this run, right, and dock it somewhere down here, whatever. No, don't click close, right? But I can actually embed that inside of OBS now and make that a thing. Very cool. I feel really good about this. Could always go for fritz.bot. Is that available? Is there a .bot available? Unsupported TLD. Womp womp. It was on Wednesday? Where else can I get domain names? This is where I go to get mine. No. Right, the folks at GoDaddy, they have them as well. Is that a thing? Unavailable. Fritzbot.us, Fritz.online. Holy crow, I am not paying that. No, I don't want Fritz.mortgage. Yeah. DN Simple, that's another good one. Right. Fritz.bot. So, is there a .bot domain? Fritz.rocks. Find a .bot domain. Really? Excuse me for a minute. Two-step verification. That's what I'm going to do. That's the and then is two-step verification. Two-step authentication using a Microsoft Authenticator to get into an Amazon service. That's not weird. Okay. Select development tool. We need to validate that you own a published bot. Other. What's your bot's name? Fritzbot. Current bot URL. Where does your bot live? Fritzbot.azurewebsites.net. Oh, I can show you this. A development tool. ASP.NET Core. Challenge. What message can we send your bot? You can't send my bot anything. A new Twitch follower. The follower train will count up by what? A manual validation process has been... You make me sad. We shall wait then. Looks like they purchased a swath of domains on that TLD. Yeah, I bet they did. Fritz-bot.net. I sound like a Skeksis. Our friend Fairywings said I was imitating Skeksis this morning. Let me go back to Namecheap, because that's where I have all my other domains. Fritzbot.net, is that a thing? It is. It is. Wait a sec. Yes, I want that. No. No. Give me one of those. Turn off this for a second. Yes. I don't need any of that other crap. Confirm. Sign in and continue. Fairywings is spot on there. Really? Using my previously entered settings, payment details. My expiration date for my credit card I gave them is in the past. Sure. You know what? I'm going to give you PayPal because I can now. Automatically renew. Sure. Domain registration, premium DNS. Yeah, sure. Do the thing. Check out with PayPal. Thank you for the follow, Ricky BGS. Uh-oh. Friends. It's not configured properly. Hang on. Yeah. Come on, check out. Check out. I forgot to set up a configuration. Twitch is being twitchy again. They need to fix that. Oh, nuts. There we go. I'll have that domain name in just a few minutes. But this didn't run. Didn't trigger properly, and I know why. When this is running in production, in the production space, there we go. PayPal just cleared my payment. The URL that it's sending for the follower service, when it does that interaction, right? For the URL for it to come back to is the callback URL, which is not the ngrok tunnel URL, but it is the host URL. I didn't give it the host URL to come back to. I don't have that configuration option set yet on my Azure portal. So let's go back over there, and I need to tell it where to go, right? And it takes that URL here, and it jams on API follower. So I just have to put that default URL, fritzbot-azure-websites.net to connect to. So I'm going to go down here into configuration, and I'm going to add another configuration value. So it starts to receive those configuration settings, but it won't actually be connected anymore, right? So host URL is going to be https fritzbot-azure-websites.net. Save that. Right, so there's host URL down there. And it should save, and we'll need to restart the bot, and I'll need to relog in, and I'll need to reconfigure it to connect to and use the thing. Yes, go ahead and restart. So this will hopefully come back quickly. See, this is going to be a problem, that the Blazor widget just kind of takes a powder and disappears. Yep. Back to here. Go into my configuration. It is enabled. Join the channel. And right, I need to get some feedback there that it's actually joined and sitting in the channel. And I want to make that look better too. So yeah, give me the widget. See, where'd it go? It's like it doesn't think I'm logged in, right? I kind of lose the login here. Hey, Jill's Mustang, it's going well. There's what the widget looks like. But I don't think it's actually joined to the channel. There we go. Now we should see, when we get a follower, we should see it actually connect and give us that information. All right. I'm feeling pretty good here. Yeah, Fairy Wings is pretty spot on her read that I am occasionally sounding like a Skeksis. That Dark Crystal reference. All right, friends. I think we're in great shape. I'm really happy with how things are going here. What happened here? Okay. Let's wrap up. Let's get some folks sent over. No, hang on. That's better. Let's set up a raid for one of our friends here. Let's share and get them ready to go. Taking a look here. Who else is streaming? Who can we raid? You know what? I do like to raid somebody who's creative today. You know what? We just mentioned her. Fairy Wings is working on some chainmail over there on her stream, and I always like to raid and share with some of the creative community on Fridays. So let's raid Fairy Wings. We haven't raided her in a while. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. She's working on some chainmail. She's building it. Looks like she's working. I can't tell she's very early in what it is that she's working on, but she's got 3 different sets of chain links she's going to be assembling. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. This was really great. I think our bot is in great shape now. It can actually run, but we do need a little bit of work there. And it's listening. Look at that. It triggered, thanks to that follow from AWright181. Thank you for the follow and for triggering and showing off our new train widget working. Friends, I'll be back on Sunday. I really appreciate you tuning in. And this was a lot of fun. I feel like we've really progressed and got this working. Get ready to say hello to our friend Fairy Wings. And like I said, I'll see you on Sunday. Take care.